Guys, what's going on? I'm Keegan. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you have any opinions you'd like to share, leave them down in the comments below. Jay-Z is here with his 13th studio album, 444. Jay-Z really needs no introduction at this point. He is a legendary rapper who has recently been inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Congrats to him, and I believe he's also the first rapper to do so, so great on Jay-Z. What I sort of expected from this album was, I didn't expect anything different. I sort of expected it to be the same Jay-Z. But in this album, it's different. I didn't expect it to be different. After a long time of recording albums, I guess what sort of went through Jay-Z's head was make a personal album, which, now that I think about it, is actually sort of a good idea. After doing this for a while, you kind of might want to make a personal album. And he's got No ID as the beat producer, and what No ID does, he brings in these simple beats, and there's no club bangers, no hits, nothing really in the club. These are slow sort of beats. And what Jay-Z's sort of doing here is he's using these slow beats to lure everybody in and sort of spill the beans on his personal life, on his personal experiences, on things people have said, on fatherhood even. I'm not gonna lie, the first time I heard this album, I didn't like it. I thought it was really boring, and some of the songs sort of dragged on for such a long time. But now that I've given this album a second, third, even a fourth listen, it's growing on me, and I'm sort of starting to understand what Jay-Z was thinking when he was going into this album. This album is extremely personal. It is extremely intimate. He's going in and he's telling about his experiences, just everything in his life. One of my personal favorite songs is Smile, which was one of my least favorite songs because of sort of how long it dragged on. It was a long song, 4 minutes and like 50 seconds. But when you look into the lyrics, it's definitely serious. On the first verse, he's talking about his mother's sexuality and how she hid it for a long time. That's sort of what kept me interested in the song. On the song The Story of OJ, he's sort of describing that it doesn't matter if you're real, if you're fake, if you're field. We all sort of come from the same legacy. There are songs on this record where Jay-Z is definitely going in and killing his ego, especially on the first track, Kill Jay-Z, which it's so evident he's really trying to bury his ego. But then on the song Bam, later on in the album, he's sort of realizing that that's what sort of brought him into success. I'm not gonna lie, the beats are probably a standout thing for the record. From the sort of reggae-infused track, the sort of reggae-infused beat on Bam, to plenty of other slower songs. Like, there are so many. Definitely The Story of OJ was sort of a slow one. Legacy was sort of a slow one as well. And then you get sort of a gospel thing on Smile. My problem with this album is his delivery. I feel like his delivery was just a little bit uninspired. He didn't feel like he was sort of enjoying it. And maybe after 13 albums, he is sort of getting a little bit tired, a little bit uninspired. That's only on a few tracks though, because on the track Smile, he certainly sounds like he's enjoying it. Overall, I think this album was actually pretty good. I didn't expect too much from it. I expected it to sort of be a flop, nothing really special, and especially since he only released it on his stream on Tidal. It didn't make me want to listen to it, sort of because he kept it as an exclusive. But I'm sort of glad he released it on Apple Music. That's sort of what I listened to it on. Just a quick message before I leave. I'm sorry I didn't review this album earlier. It was on Tidal and I wasn't sort of subscribed to Tidal. Like I mentioned before, I wasn't interested in the album. So that's why I didn't review it earlier. Anyway, guys, I think that's going to do it for this album review. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next review. Peace.